Next film I saw, definitely it's been getting a lot of buzz. And this one is called In a Violent Nature. It's directed by Chris Nash. And in this film, a group of teens take a locket from a collapsed fire tower in the woods. They unwittingly resurrect the rotting corpse of Johnny, a vengeful spirit spurred on by a horrific 60-year-old crime. The undead killer soon embarks on a bloody rampage to retrieve the stolen locket, methodically slaughtering anyone who gets in his way. This film stars Ryan Barrett, Charlotte Cregan, Andrea Pavlovich, and Lauren Marie Taylor, and there's a few others in here that serve as fodder, for this killer. I will say this: I thought the premise was interesting enough. It is a bit derivative. It's kind of a Jason type of story where you've got this kid who's been bullied and abused, and that leads to his tragic death. And there's a cover up, and which ends up, because of the cover up, that I guess the area becomes cursed because, like I said, this is a 60-year-old crime. So this guy was resurrected at one point and went on a rampage. And there's some interesting background that I've really dug in this, for the most part. And, explaining how, he came to be. I mean, like I said, it is derivative, but it's hard to expect totally new stuff in a film like this, seeing so many slashers over the years and stuff like that. But one of the big promises of this film is you're seeing it from the killer's point of view, and that is interesting, seeing this guy's resurrection, how he crawls out of the ground. And it's kind of a thing where you get the idea that this locket is what was holding him in the ground, and it got disturbed. So now he's up and he's got to get the locket again in order to
go back to rest.
Be at rest. And they've got some kids that are out in this area camping, you know what I'm saying, for the weekend. I will say this, that opening was kind of cool, seeing that go down. And we do get a lot of this guy walking around, man. This is a film that has no score for the most part.
Really?
And that was kind of interesting in the beginning, but after a while, I kind of needed that because we spend so much. You're almost mostly from the killer's point of view, so there's not really that element of surprise you get when you're looking from the character's point of view and they don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we got this killer. We know everything he's going to do. Who he's about to do it to. When he's about to jack him up. And so that part kind of wears a little thin, a bit later in the film. Because that, like I said, it gets kind of monotonous when we're just seeing him walking. It's almost like you're playing a video game from that third person over the shoulder POV. But there's no, like I said, there's no score. And this is a 90-minute film. And this was one that is maybe in the third act that really had me watching a watch, man. Like, there is some cool scenery. One of the kills is really impressive. The rest are just what to expect in a film like this. But that one, bro, like, that's the one everyone's been talking about, man. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's leaning into the tropes of the genre. I thought it, for the most part, it was pretty well directed. But like I said, I think the thing, it kind of felt like a gimmick after a while. The over the shoulder perspective and the stalking, and then the setups kept kind of repeating, but then there is a cool moment when we meet a character who has crossed paths with this guy before and dealt with him, so that kind of gets interesting. But then, like I said, that final stretch, it just kind of, it lingers a little bit too long. Like it's just, like I said, this is a 90-minute film, but I'm watching the clock in that last third, like, okay, like, get to the point. My impression of it is I appreciated what it tried to do, but I think the execution does fall a little bit short. The gimmick starts feeling more like a gimmick, versus a feature. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, man, you guys are leaning into this a little bit too much. And I don't know. I can't say if this director has promise. You know what I'm saying? Like other than that kill, there really, and that POV, there really wasn't a whole lot new brought to the table. It's good enough. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't think I'll revisit this. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy I did see it, to see someone at least try to do something new. But also feel like if you put this premise in the hands of someone who's a little bit more seasoned with this stuff, then maybe you could have got a better product and a little bit more tighter, with the editing, and I think it would have had a much more lasting impression. But I think the reviews on this I've been seeing, since I watched it, have been a bit mixed. Some people love it, some people are kind of, on the fence, and some people hated it. I didn't hate it, but like I said, I wasn't totally thrilled. And this was a crazy day because I braved the theater, man. This is like a couple of days, maybe 2 days after I messed my toe up. My toe is jacked, bro, right now. My big toe. And I went and let myself through this theater and sat down through this, and I was like, damn, I kind of should have just stayed home and waited a little bit and let my foot rest up a little bit more. I could have had this thing on ice. So yeah, I don't know, man. It was a little wild, man. But if you're a fan of this stuff, I say at least check it out, man. I got to give them props for at least trying something.
It's always bad when you're uncomfortable in the movie theater to where you can't get up and move around at all.
Yeah, and I think this one is coming to Shudder soon if it's not already on there. So if you want to check it out, you can see.
Yeah, I was the showtimes here. One of the first showtime starts at like 8 o'clock, and then it's like might be 11 o'clock, show here. And I don't know. I didn't want to. Like Monday was like the day most like the day I go to the movies. I'd already seen 2 movies. I didn't want to just hang out and do a bunch of stuff and come back and go to the theater at 8 o'clock. So
yeah, they're showing this one late. It seems like now. So
I don't understand that.
It might be on its last legs though. Usually that happens when things are about to get pulled. They'll just have a couple of late shows, and then the next week this disappears. But yeah, I'm not sure the Shutter's date. But it's coming soon.
Film. I think the first person stuff will probably just get old all of a sudden. Like
that's what happened to me, man.
I like the Blair Witch Project, but I don't know. That was found footage where it's told in that first person, like you holding the camera and stuff, and that was really just be with a big crowd. But I think it would get old. Yeah,
it works in the beginning, and all of a sudden you're just like, again, like do something, like her, like come on. And like I said, the lack of the score really kind of got to me too after a while. It's cool at first, because you're hearing all the steps.
And plus, like the role reversal, you get some good jump scares out of stuff like Cloverfield and Blair Witch, but I just don't see you getting a real,
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like one shot, there was like 2 women talking on the on the dock, and he goes into the water, and he's walking under the water like Jason has done back in the day, and they're just talking. One of the girls goes away, and the one girl, she's still on the dock, and she jumps in the water, and all of a sudden it's kind of like Jaws. It's like, you're like, well, I'm pretty sure. I totally knew he was going to grab her. As soon as she jumped, it's like so you gotta. I feel like if you're going to do that, you got to do something else to keep the tension there, to give me something, it's a little weird.